In today's video I'm going to be explaining why I won't be making any more camping gear reviews. Hey up, have you had a good weekend? I've been struggling a little bit, to be honest with you. I've been barking like a dog, had the dreaded man flu, so I've come out for a little easy stroll today. Going to bag an Ethel. Crook Hill, which I've been up a few times before, but I've never recorded it or bagged it as an Ethel. Parked the car down at the side of Lady Bower Reservoir. It's pretty chilly today, about 4 degrees. There's still a little bit of frost on the ground. There's not a breath of wind though today, so hopefully when we get to the top of Crook Hill, we'll get the kettle on and have a brew. I always make these for tall people with long arms. I'm getting stared at right next to the gate. Come on then, shift out. Being cornered by cows. Beautiful. Scary, but beautiful. Should have just walked on the path. Follow the footpath sign. So a few weeks back I was window shopping on an outdoor store. I saw this stove that I hadn't seen anything like it before. Very different to your usual canister stoves, so I thought I'll buy one, show you guys something different. So I got too excited, bought it, and then decided to do a bit of research. Crook Hill. Not a bad view for a little hill, is it? First things first, let's get that Ethel bagged. Well, just in case it's this one. Oh, you've got to do these, haven't you? Whoa. Look at that. I'm just glad it's not windy. Right, back to my story. So I bought this stove, started doing a little bit more research. I'm thinking it's brand new to the market. Turns out this stove's been out for 2 years and I must have been hiding under one of these rocks or something. So there goes my video idea. But over the last few weeks and months I've been thinking about packing in the gear reviews anyway. I'm going to explain why in this video. There's quite a few reasons, to be honest with you. But first, let's get the kettle on. I may as well show you the stove. Here's the stove. It's the Primus fire stick. So usually with these little screw-on canister stoves, the arms just fold out. Well, this one, you just unscrew this little cap and out pops the arms and you're ready to go. These little arms are spring loaded. There's some sort of grip on there. Apparently the wide arms are supposed to act as some sort of wind protector as well, but from some of the other videos that I've seen on this, they don't work very well. Now it also comes with this. There's a igniter. I tried using this on my last camp on a different stove. Absolutely useless. Every one of these kind of igniters that I've got 3 or 4 of them. None of them work. Nice little wool bag. I suppose it's nice, but it's just a bag. Right, so the stove, or burner, whatever you want to call it, just screws onto the canister. And that is it. Job done. And see if it works with this stove. Oh, it has eventually. Nearly took me eyebrows off there. Giving off a nice bit of heat. This stove's 50 quid. It cost me 50 quid, which I think expensive. So that, oh, feels like it's putting the flame out a bit. Flame's high. Can you hear it? Smothering it. Roaring there, look. Sort of smothering the flame anyway. It boils some water, it's done the job today. Although it definitely seems to work better if you raise the pot up half an inch. Yeah, the flame keeps going out and then like reigniting. I can see why this stove hasn't taken off, and I've not seen it in 2 years. Oiled anyway. So I made a brew. This is the first time that I've ever used this stove, but already I can tell that it is not as good as my Pocket Rocket stove. It's not as good as my Soto Windmaster. I'd say it's possibly on a par with the BRS 3000, except it's heavier and a lot more expensive. Quick thank you to Squarespace, who sponsored the video today. So Squarespace are the #1 place to go if you want to have a go at building a website by yourself. So we've got 2 Squarespace websites now, Messner.co.uk, and Joe's got happycreativemind.uk. It's been a really busy few weeks. We've added stock such as bobble hats and t-shirts. Joe's been uploading lots of pictures of her arts and crafts. It's really nice when you check on the analytics to see how busy you've been. There's loads of different features on the platform. You can share videos, create newsletters, and it's really easy to do. All you have to do is choose one of their ready-made templates. You add your own text and images, and within a couple of hours, you've got a website. It's perfect if you've got things to sell or you've got content to share. So if you want to have a go at building your own website, just click the link in the description below or head over to squarespace.com/Paul Messner. You get a totally free trial and then you'll get 10% off your first purchase. To review a product, you've really got to get some use out of it. You've got to try it in different situations over a prolonged period of time. My first ever review that I did was about 7 years ago. It was the Alp Kit Rig 3.5 tarp, which I'd used quite a lot for bivvy camping. So over the following couple of years, I did a mix of review videos, camping videos, and like how-to videos. But the reviews that I did, the products that I'd used were tried and tested in a variety of different situations, and I had no problems saying what my opinions were of them. Some were good, some were bad. But I haven't actually done a review of a product in quite a long time. For the most part, I tend to use new gear as part of a video, so it's integrated into Wildcamp. Or there are some bits of gear that are quite new to market that I will show you. But it's more of a demonstration. I don't say in the video that it's a review. I give my initial impressions of it, but it's to show you what the product looks like. You can see how it's performing, and then you can make an informed judgment yourself on whether it's something that you want to have a look at. But I'm not trying to peddle your gear or anything like that. And I get a lot of comments at the moment from people saying all I'm doing is trying to sell you stuff. To be honest, I don't give a rat's ass if you want to buy it or not. It's entirely up to you. I just want to make sure that if you are going out camping, that your gear's up to the job, really. So this stove I bought and paid for with my own money, but I do get loads of manufacturers offering to send me products like this, and 99.9% of them I turn it down. I don't just want to show any old product in my videos. I want to show gear that I'm really excited about and that I want to try out and use. So what I tend to do is I contact the manufacturer and say, would you be willing to let me have a sample? And most of the companies agree, but some don't. But you know, I'm choosing products based on my own research that I already have a fairly good inkling that they're going to work for me. Unless, of course, I think it's a really unique design that's never been seen before if you've been hiding under a rock for 2 years. But as soon as you get a bit of gear sent to you, understandably, people are going to have doubts about the authenticity of it. So, they think or suggest, it has been suggested, that I'm on the payroll of some of these big brands. So, people say I use the Jetboil because Jetboil pay me to use it, which is actually a load of horseshit. In fact, Jetboil did send me the Jetboil stash probably about a month before it was released to the public to test out and to make a video on release date, which I thought would be a really interesting video. Brand new product to market. But, I said it as it was. The Jetboil stash doesn't perform very well in the wind. And I did say that on the video. And that's the feedback I gave back to Jetboil, who weren't entirely happy about it. Everybody else's video that came out on that day, they shared it because they were all saying how good the stash was. And it is a great little stove, but they didn't all point the negative out, which I did, about the wind performance. By the way, that's the only thing I've ever been sent by Jetboil, but I still use the Minimo. It's one of my favourite stoves. So I saw a video the other day by Luke from the Outdoor Gear Review, and he is arguably the best review channel on YouTube. His videos are completely agenda free, although he does have some links in his description, like most of us do. But he buys all of the products himself. So, he feels that there's no bias in any way, shape or form when it comes to what he says about a product. But his recent video, he says he's going to be contacting the big American brands because they're in a massive decline. Some of the big brands are actually going to be no more. There was a tent manufacturer, Eureka, decades old, I believe, went under because it just wasn't making money anymore. They're not able to compete with the mass marketing from your nature hikes. Even Temu now are sponsoring YouTube content, so they've approached me. I turned them down, but there are lots of YouTubers who are doing what I do that are taking these opportunities, and I don't blame them. They're getting exposure, they're getting to try new bits of gear and things like that, but it's not devaluing, but it's the marketing is, they're taking a lot of the market from the big brands who are, as we all know, charging a lot of money for products. So Luke's in the same boat as me. He can't afford to keep shelling out hundreds of pounds on tents and things like that just to show on a YouTube video. But when he starts getting stuff for free from some of these bigger brands, I imagine some people will doubt the integrity of those reviews as well. Although I 100% trust his opinion when it comes to to what he's saying about these products. He highlights all the highs and lows, and he'll continue to do so with the big brand products as well. Go and check out Luke's channel. He's reviewed more gear than I've had at dinners. And there's loads of other channels now that are doing great little review videos, showing you some of the latest products that's coming out, loads of budget friendly stuff to help you get started when it comes to getting outdoors, wild camping, that kind of thing. It's lovely to hear that some of my videos have inspired a lot of people to get outdoors. There's also a lot of people that think I'm just trying to sell you something because I'm showing new gear all the time in my videos. I'm just experimenting for myself. I'm just trying to make the videos different. But I don't want any of you to think that you need all of this expensive gear to get out camping. So going forward, I'm done with the reviews. I'm not going to be doing any more of them. There may still be products that are in my videos that you see for the first time, but I'm not going to go too much into detail with them or anything like that. I'm just going to go camping and enjoy it and use whatever gear I want to use. There'll be no camping in a Hilleberg or testing the new whatever tent. It will be, the outdoors is going to be the star of the show. This sort of thing is what I want to promote. Having a little hill to yourself with places to explore. Doesn't matter what the logo says on your kit. It's just as long as it does the job. It was a nightmare to park the car today. It's Sunday afternoon. Absolutely packed down around Ladybower. But up here, I've seen 5 people, I think, have just popped over the summit and gone. A big hello to Mark and Sally that stopped me on the way up. Nice to meet you. May as well tick my ethel off while I'm here. Still got plenty to go at. Right, I've got to go back and get some stuff for Sunday dinner. All the gear that I've used in this video today is just gear that I want to use. I'm not recommending anything anymore. I'm just going to use it. I will leave links in the description below so you can find out what it is. But to get up out on this hill, you don't need any of it. Just some shoes, maybe a waterproof.